going on, Will McCann? We want to talk about that Michigan Ohio State game.
Let's start there, right? That was, we talked about the emotion of the game, right, and how records are thrown out of the window, right? Stats are thrown out of the window, and it is just two schools with dislike for each other bringing their emotion into this game, right? And even
Right.
though it was a home game for Michigan, Ohio State thoroughly dominated, right? I don't
Yes.
even think the score indicated how much they dominated in that game.
I feel you on that because the score was 27-9, but when I think back to the game, I was thinking maybe it was like 45-6.
Yeah, it felt like that, right?
Right.
There wasn't a point after Ohio State took the 10-9 lead. There wasn't a point in the game where it looked like Michigan had a chance.
Right. Right. Right.
We talked about how the team who won the rushing battle will win this game, and they just stomped on Michigan with their offensive line. When one offensive line is dominating a defensive line like that, it puts everything behind the chains for the offense because
Right.
you've been sitting on the sideline for 25 minutes. Now, only 8, 9 minutes of game time has elapsed, but you've been sitting over there idle, cold for a long time. And
Yes.
then your first snap, you're trying to fire out and get into somebody. And it just wasn't happening for Michigan. Couldn't get the run game really going. Ohio State's defense was just dominant in that game.
Hmm. Hmm.
They made Bryce Underwood look like a freshman playing in his
Yeah.
game
Yeah.
in a big game like this for the first time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is just this team, this 2025 version of Ohio State is significantly better than the
Yeah.
2025 version of the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, they're definitely significantly better, as you mentioned. And they control the time possession 40 minutes to
40
40
minutes, man.
minutes of time possession. The one thing that I wonder about in this age of NIL, and it kind of feels like the NFL's version of free agency.
It is.
Will Michigan go out and get Bryce Underwood some receivers? Because the receiving core that he has that he's working with is not adequate for the potential that the young man has, right?
Right.
And if you want to keep him around, and if he has thoughts of being an NFL player
Mhm.
or thoughts of winning a Heisman Trophy, he's got
Mhm.
to have receivers.
Exactly.
So does Michigan open up
That's
the
what they're
checkbook
doing.
and go out there and go in NIL free agency and get some receivers for this young man? Because
The
what he's got,
transfer portal,
the
right?
transfer portal, right? So that's the only thing that I wonder about is going forward for Michigan. Are they going are they going to get something going for the passing game?
Hmm.
They should end up in the bowl game, maybe the Citrus Bowl. Looking at the current rankings, they're actually 19th in the rankings, and
Yeah,
USC has jumped them. So the Citrus Bowl has first
more
pick at who
options.
doesn't
Right.
go into the playoff situation. So they might Michigan could get into the Citrus Bowl over USC and
Hmm.
maybe face Texas or Vanderbilt. They'll travel. The fans will travel to Orlando, so it'll be a good game for them. They'll continue to build the program.
Yeah, Michigan is a school that traditionally travels well,
Yeah,
regardless of the bowl they go to. And Michiganders will be glad to go to Florida
right.
mid-December, right? Or early
Yeah.
January, right?
If we're
They
not
have to
already
be.
there.
They'll be right, right. Right, right.
Uh,
So yeah,
yeah,
I agree with you. They still have a chance to play in a bowl game. I think the important thing about the bowl game and bowl season is all those extra practices and getting ready for a bowl game, right?
absolutely.
That's additional. Those are additional. That's additional rep, additional training for young players getting ready for 26. And
Right,
then
right.
as it relates to NIL and what Michigan will do there, they went out. went out and paid for Underwood, right?
Right.
I would doubt and Michigan has the resources, right?
Hmm.
So I would doubt they, um, they will definitely make the effort, right?
Yes.
How successful they are in securing a lot of those players will remain to be seen, right? Because
Yeah.
Michigan traditionally haven't had, it's been a long time since Michigan has had skill position players who have been, you know, top NFL drafts, right? Or
Hmm.
good
Hmm.
NFL draft orders. It's been a long time. So
Yeah.
these young kids haven't seen people going to Michigan. They don't remember Anthony Carter or Nico Collins or um, Braylon Edwards and those
Right.
people, right? Those names
Yeah.
don't mean anything to them. So it'll be interesting to see. And then that's how Ohio State was able to rebuild their team after
Yeah.
winning the national championship last year, right? It was
Right.
with it through the transfer portal and
Yeah.
with NIL money and being able to spend big in NIL.
Right. And that's if Michigan wants to keep Bryce Underwood. You see what I'm saying?
True.
Or if he wants to stay. Those are the two questions that have to be answered before they go out and try to bring in some receivers to help him.
You have to do that anyway. If you
Yeah.
want to be a team that competes, you've got to do that anyway, whether Bright stays or not.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to continually, every year, recruit and re-recruit your team and get additional players from the portal,
Yeah.
right?
I just keep in
Especially
the
fifth year seniors. I think what they need to do for next year is load up with as many fifth year seniors as they can who want to transfer from other schools, and see if they can, make a quick rebound and
right.
continue to try to recruit. And then, like you said, get players through the portal to
Yeah.
support
Yeah.
Mark Underwood.
I'll just say there's one last thing about it. I keep in the back of my mind that Michigan wasn't Bryce Underwood's first pick.
You always remember that. Yeah.
It wasn't until that money showed up that he decided he was going to Michigan. So
What did Richard Pryor say about money talking?